Not long ago, guys, we had a huge Crown Tundra Datamine leak which showed us a ton of things. And I'm not going to spoil any of that because this video is essentially a part 2 of that. And this video is huge as well. There's so much big info that came in this. And the data leak is coming from the update of the Isle of Armor. For some reason, Pokemon saw it fit to add a ton of stuff for DLC 2 into the Isle of Armor update, and we got lots to talk about in this video. So here, this goes into a lot of cool info, possibilities for National Dex, Regigigas, Ultra Beasts, stuff like that. So go check out the evidence over there. I'm going to leave it linked actually at the end of this video as well, so you guys can just easily click right onto it. But for this video, we're going to talk about a lot of new things. We're going to talk about Megas being pretty much confirmed. We're going to be talking about new players, new NPC characters in Crown Tundra, and we're going to be talking about some other stuff as well. So let's look at it right now. Right here we have some character models that were leaked throughout this data mine. Now this is a village chief apparently, so these names from the data mine are short form, so it's not entirely clear exactly who they are or what they are. However, this guy is village chief, or Vil chief, which looks very much like to be a village chief of some sort. Here we have Peony himself. He's right here in all his glory. We've seen him in the ads already. He's wearing that hat with the the Rotom AirPods on there as well, and looking cozy. Now here's what's speculated to be Peony's daughter in a schoolgirl uniform, and by the way, the data leaks show that you will be able to battle her, so she may very well be one or the only I suppose rival that you might meet. Could be more than one, I don't know yet, but she's going to possibly be a rival that you're going to be able to battle eventually anyway, so that should be pretty cool. Here we have an old lady, which probably comes from the same village as the village chief, just a guess here, and well, you know, that's it. There's nothing too special going on with her. As you guys know, in DLC 2 there's going to be a new tournament, the Clarion Star Tournament, and this is one of the images that was scraped out of the info, the data that we've gotten. It's just maybe a background of some sort. We have different types of cups here. We got this thing right here. We got this other logo and another logo as well, which is possibly for 3 different ranks or tiers of this tournament. Now here's a massive leak that Michael here found. This is the Crown Tundra leak we've been waiting for, he says. So we've got confirmed 898 Pokemon for the National Dex system here. Now, as I mentioned in the last Tundra leak, it's possible we're going to be getting the National Dex. We don't know for certain yet, but it looks really very plausible, very possible. And what's here is, guys, a big one. Now we have Calyrex, the new Pokemon, under these code names. These are just code names right here. Now Calyrex is added here to the Dex as the last Pokemon. These two were mysterious entries, 2 new Pokemon we haven't found yet or haven't seen anything yet. But what turns out is these 2 Pokemon are actually 2 different forms for Calyrex. We're going to be able to change the Calyrex form. That's the big info right here. You can combine Calyrex in some way. We don't know with what or how or who, because we already know all the other Pokemon, but it may very well be an item. It may be combining it with Regis or something. I don't know. Could be anything. It could be pretty interesting to find out though. Imagine combining Calyrex with Regis, because it does seem to tie in. The Calyrex's backstory is that it's able to travel through time and stuff like that, sort of like Arceus, possibly coming back as well. And here we have the Regis as well, and the Regis stories, the backstories added to the new Regis, deal a lot with ancient history about them being built a long time ago and being locked up, and they're still here, and we're catching them now in the game, in the DLC. So there's a lot of time issues with this DLC. It seems to be a theme going on with the Tundra here, and there's going to be some other things there. You might be able to combine Calyrex with one of the Regis. As well as in this data mine leak, we actually discovered that legitimate real items for the DLC, for legendaries in particular, and extra evolutions have actually been added to the game already, even though the Pokemon haven't, and that is these right here. We got Grisius Orb right here, which is for Giratina. We got Adamant Orb here for Dialga, and we have Lustrous Orb here for Palkia. They're all coming, we know they're coming, but those Pokemon aren't out yet. But we do have the actual items fully programmed into the game now. We also have Soldew, folks, for Latias and Latias. I think we knew they were coming as well. If not, well, that's pretty cool. So we know they're coming. And Electrizer and Magmarizer for those 2 Pokemon too, to get those extra evolutions. There's also been a few extra things here as well. The Zygarde Cube was added for Zygarde, and that, I mean, these things are fully working. I don't have a Zygarde because it's not in the game, but I'll show you in a second. And Reveal Glass for, what's the legendary again? Thundurus or Landorus? Anyway, guys, let me show you a little clip of the Zygarde Cube being used. and it works, animation and everything. So right here is a video of a reveal glass being used on Landorus right there, and Zygarde cube being used on Zygarde. Now of course the Landorus and Zygarde are just hacked with all the accurate data or whatever, and you can see the animation just works on the things right now. It works on them, and it even comes up with text. Zygarde's data, you know, Zygarde's abilities changed and stuff like that. So that it works. They're actually fully functioning, fully programmed items in this DLC. Okay. So here is the real big juice, guys. The mega Pokemon stuff. That right there is a sprite that was added to the Isle of Armor update for Pokemon Sword and Shield. And that sprite, boys and girls, is for a Mega Stone. Yeah, they added a sprite for a Mega Stone, but not only that. Here's another one. There's another sprite for the Mega Stone, a different type. I'm not sure which, however, but that is one of them. They've also randomly added things called Krabby Candies, Voltorb Candies, Execute Candies. Now, obviously, these appear to be more for Pokemon Go. However, this is not for Pokemon Go. This is a data leak mined from Pokemon Sword and Shield and the Isle of Armor update specifically. So we got these candies for these Pokemon. We don't know what the hell is going on with those. And the fact that these were added means they're not just leftover data that is just added to every game, like people have that argument just saying, disputing my videos talking about Megas coming back. They just keep disputing it by saying, no, all that data is left over, all blah blah blah. But this was added to the island. This was added to the DLC. This is added new. It's brand new. Now we do know Megas are coming back from the previous presents that we saw last week. We know Megas are coming to Pokemon Go, and we know Pokemon Go is going to tie in with Pokemon Home. It's very possible they're going to announce some big mega event where they're just going to surprise us with mega Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield in DLC 2. And Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sword and Shield may have a much bigger connectivity than we actually ever anticipated, because so far we only anticipated that Pokemon Go is going to have connectivity to Home. That's it, one way. But there may be something being integrated here where we'll be able to connect our Pokemon Go performance with Pokemon Sword and Shield somehow. It does seem really far-fetched at the moment, but this is from Pokemon Sword and Shield. I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going on with this specifically. Here's the last part of the data mine, folks. Mega Slowbro right there in all its glory. Now, as you know, in the Isle of Armor we do get a reward, Galarian Slowpoke, Galarian Slowbro, in the Isle of Armor, in the story, in the gameplay. So here's Mega, normal Mega Slowbro, which is data mined from the game. Like, what? This wasn't here before the update, folks. This is new data in the update. So this is crazy. I mean, the fact that this is what people are finding right now is phenomenal. The evidence we've had so far obviously wasn't definite, but this is a huge kick towards the confirmation, unofficial confirmation of Megas coming to Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes out of this data leak. It's still pretty much ongoing. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled and maybe we'll have a part 3. I guess we'll see. Shout out for the Slowbro info is going to go to King Phenom. As for the other info, it actually came from another source. So we got some pretty good, I suppose, confirmation, unofficial confirmation on all this data right here. Guys, that is about doing it right there. We got some sort of evidence of Megas incoming for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is just crazy. I don't really know what the angle here is. I don't know if they're confirmed for the DLC or not, if they're just being added as possibilities and things haven't been decided yet. But obviously, as we know, the DLCs were being developed before Pokemon Sword and Shield was even finished and released. So, such as the Isle of Armor, they did confirm that. So these decisions must have been taken a long time ago. There's no way they've just spontaneously decided to add Megas into DLCs. Although, of course, it is possible, and we do know Game Freak is also hiring people at the moment, 23 new positions. They say that's for their upcoming mainline series game, which may be Gen 9 or it may be a remake. And that's something we can look forward to possibly in a future Pokemon Presents, such as maybe next week. There are speculations floating around there. But anyway, that's going to do it for the DLC data mine for this episode. Thank you for watching. Do drop a sub if you want to catch on the more DLC data mines as they come, as they roll out, and all the newest information, all the hottest stuff. We also have tips and tricks and guides and all that stuff to do all the exploits that you want in order to get shinies, everything on this channel. So stick around, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys around in the next video. Feel free to peruse some of these around here. Till then, bye!